You will have to answer. If we lose man's freedom, you will have to answer at the foot of God. You will at least have to answer at the feet of your grandchildren. No answer. Putting your head in the sand is no longer good enough. You must pay attention, and you must demand an answer. That didn't sound familiar to you? Those two things didn't sound alike to you? Let's try it again. Here's more from Van Jones. Again, to be fair, this is from the Ancient History Catalog from this past March.
What about our immigrant sisters and brothers? What about our immigrant sisters and brothers? What about people who've come here from all around the world who we're willing to have out in the fields with poison being sprayed on them? Poison being sprayed on because we have the wrong agricultural system. And then we're willing to poison them and poison the earth to put food on our table, but we don't want to give them rights, and we don't want to give them dignity, and we don't want to give them respect.
Where do you even begin on that? The wrong agricultural system. Now, this is from an interview he did as the head of the Ella Baker Center.
White polluters and the white environmentalists are essentially steering poison into the people of color communities.
Have you heard this? Anyway, has the president ever been around anyone who has ever said anything like that before Van Jones?
Government lied about the Tuskegee experiment. They purposely infected African American men with syphilis.
The President of the United States has tried to pass himself off as a guy who just sat in Jeremiah Wright's Black Liberation Theology Church for 20 years. A friend. He's like an old uncle. He didn't even notice. He baptized Barack Obama's children. He baptized Barack Obama, but he'd never heard these things before. And even if he did hear them, he didn't really even notice. Okay, so that's the explanation for the crazy uncle. What is the explanation this time? What is the excuse this time for appointing the same type of radical, saying almost damn exact same words as Jeremiah Wright, to an influential position in our government? Is it that you didn't vet these people? Because, gee, that sounds like a problem. That our president of the United States didn't vet him enough to know. Is it that the FBI didn't do its job? I mean, we found all of this stuff. Sure, I only have a staff of 7 producing books, TV, radio shows. I only have a staff of 7. And all of a sudden, we can come up with these things. Gee. You'd think the FBI or the President of the United States would surely be able to find these things. When I asked the White House to answer, did you know of his radical past, the White House issued a statement. Their response was, the Green Jobs Special Advisor is very narrowly focused on creating green jobs. As if that was an answer to the question of why this guy is in our government, anywhere near our president. It's not an answer. It's not an answer. And this one's not your crazy uncle. And this one's not way back in the past. Let me rephrase this. How, America? I ask this sincerely. Show me where I have it wrong. I want to be wrong, but I can't find any other way to explain this. The president is wearing a mask. He has surrounded himself with radicals and revolutionaries. He has surrounded himself his whole life with radicals and revolutionaries. How? How? Please help me. Read it another way. Show me the error of my ways. If you can't do that, show me how I can get this word out to more people. How do we wake people up? How do we wake Democrats up? Democrats, is that who you are? Are you this person? Do you believe those things? If you do, we're in much bigger trouble than I thought. I don't believe that's who the American people are. There are Democrats that I vehemently disagree with. I don't believe they think those things. He's not the only guy in this administration that feels this way. Look, I know this is the hard truth. I don't want to believe them either. But these statements from Van Jones are from this last spring. I have more that I'm not prepared to release yet because it paints even a bigger, more terrifying picture. And I'm not going to release them until I can fill in all of the dots on this picture. But why am I the only one bringing you this? Why will no one bring this information? The answers that I can come up with, either they are afraid, and I understand that, or because they think it just doesn't matter. Am I the only American? Just you and me? Is it just us? Are we the only one left that think that this might be important? The guy who is creating the green jobs is doing it to repay for smallpox blankets? Let me just leave you one more time with the words of the special advisor to the President of the United States.
This movement is deeper than a solar panel. Deeper than a solar panel. Don't stop there. Don't stop there. No, we're going to change the whole system. We're going to change the whole thing. We're not going to put a new battery in a broken system. We want a new system. We want a new system.